Hello students, in this lecture video I'll be discussing about the transmission of impulses. So a nerve impulse has to be transmitted from one neuron to another through a region that is called as synapse. Now this synapse basically is a gap between a presynaptic neuron and a postsynaptic neuron. So let us see that what exactly are these. Look at this diagram. This is showing a synaptic knob and this is showing the another membrane. Now this is referred to as presynaptic membrane and this is referred to as postsynaptic membrane. If a gap is there, it is called as synaptic cleft. Together, this presynaptic membrane, the synaptic cleft, and the postsynaptic membrane is referred to as synapse. Sometimes the synaptic cleft is absent. So now let us see there are two types of synapses in which it is absent. It is electrical synapse. In which synaptic cleft is present, it is chemical synapse. Because electric current will flow directly from one neuron to another, which is very rare in our system. So in humans, chemical synapse is present, where in the synaptic cleft, certain chemicals called as neurotransmitters will be released. Now inside the synaptic knob, there are certain round bag-like structures called as synaptic vesicles, which are going to release these neurotransmitters. So these neurotransmitters, these will be released at the end of the axon. So when any impulse it is arriving over here, it will stimulate its movement, this movement of this synaptic cleft towards the end. When it will move, it will start fusing and it will start releasing large amount of these neurotransmitters. Because these are chemicals, these will diffuse and the you can say response to this or the action which is there is faster as compared to the electrical impulses. Now in this there is a role of certain receptors which are present on postsynaptic membrane. So whenever there is any impulse, these neurotransmitters, these are going to bind to specific receptors which are protein molecules which are attached to the postsynaptic membrane. This binding will open the ion channels and then a new potential difference can be created and new, you can say, impulses generated. Now, I'm going to just introduce to you the central neural system. Our central nervous system comprises of brain and spinal cord. Our voluntary and involuntary actions are being controlled by this system. This is, you can say, the organ for processing of vision, hearing, speech, emotions, and thoughts. Inside the skull or cranium, our human brain is well protected, and there are three layers or three membranes of this cranium, referred to as cranial meninges. The outermost is called as dura mater, innermost is arachnoid matter, and the, you can say, middle one is arachnoid and innermost is pia mater. This is depending on their structure. Dura mater is hard, arachnoid having the structure of a spider web, pia mater means very soft brain tissue. In between this, there is a fluid called as CSF or cerebrospinal fluid, which is going to prevent any shock which is there in the brain if it comes. So brain can be divided into three major categories: forebrain, midbrain, and hindbrain. So this is the forebrain. Center part is the midbrain, and which goes in the continuation with the lower part, that is the spinal cord, that is the hindbrain. In next lecture video, we will refer to these in detail.